It was a cool Monday morning at Northwood High. The first bell had just shrieked through the halls, sending a river of students flowing toward their classrooms. The air was thick with the usual Monday morning sounds of chatter, slamming lockers, squeaking sneakers on the polished linoleum floor. Anna, a ninth-grade student with a reputation for being organized and on time, hurried to her locker, number 204. She spun the combination lock, pulled the metal door open, reached inside for her chemistry textbook. Her fingers brushed against something that wasn't there. She stopped. Her school badge was missing. It was a small, silver-colored metal card, but its importance was immense. The badge was her key. The small piece of metal was more than just identification. It was a special pass, a symbol of trust and responsibility. It granted access to the school's state-of-the-art computer lab, a privilege reserved for members of the coding club. Anna had a major test in that very lab later in the day. Without her badge, she wouldn't be allowed to enter. Panic began to prickle at the back of her neck. She frantically rummaged through her backpack, her pockets, and the cluttered shelf of her locker. Books tumbled out, a stray pen, a crumpled permission slip. But the badge was nowhere. It was gone. A cold knot of dread tightened in her stomach. She knew she had clipped it to her bag on Friday. Anna looked around, her heart thumping against her ribs. The hallway was already starting to empty as the final bell loomed. She felt a wave of frustration wash over her. How could she have been so careless? The badge was not just a tool, it was a part of her school identity, a sign that she was a dedicated member of a respected club. She replayed the end of her day on Friday in her mind. She remembered locking her locker, swinging her backpack, feeling the familiar weight of the badge. It had to be here somewhere. Or, a more sinister thought crept into her mind. Maybe it wasn't just lost. Taking a deep breath to calm her racing thoughts. The idea that someone might have taken it felt dramatic, like something out of a book. But the computer lab housed expensive equipment, and the badges were strictly controlled. A stolen badge could mean serious trouble not just for her but for the entire school. She had to find it, and she had to find it fast. The second bell was about to ring, signaling the official start of classes. Anna knew she couldn't just go to class and pretend everything was fine. This was a problem that needed to be solved, and the clock was already ticking. She had to tell someone. Anna's first thought was to find her best friend, Jamal. He was always level-headed, practical.
Jamal, my badge is gone.
Gone? What do you mean, gone? Did you check your bag?
I've checked everywhere. I think someone might have taken it from my locker.
Together they hurried back to the now quiet hallway. They crouched down, their eyes scanning the floor around locker 204. They looked for the glint of metal, a flash of silver against the gray tiles. But they found nothing. Dust bunnies, a discarded candy wrapper. They asked a few late students who were still trickling by if they had seen anything unusual. No one had seen a thing. The feeling of helplessness grew. It was as if the badge had simply vanished into thin air.
This isn't working. We need to talk to a teacher.
They went straight to the main office and found Ms. Ruiz, the ninth-grade student advisor. She listened patiently as Anna explained the situation.
When did you last see it for certain, Anna?
On Friday, right after school. I clipped it to my bag right here by my locker.
We have security cameras in the main halls. We'll take a look.
The school's security system was old, the footage often grainy and unclear. The cameras recorded movement, shapes, general activity. On the screen, they watched a blurry parade of students. Then, long after the final bell, a figure in a dark hooded sweatshirt moved quickly toward Anna's locker, paused and darted away. The footage was too blurry to make out a face. The news of the missing badge spread through the ninth-grade class like a wildfire. By lunchtime, it was the main topic of conversation in the bustling cafeteria. Small groups huddled together, whispering theories and speculating about who could have taken it. Some said it was a senior pulling a prank. Others whispered someone wanted to cheat on an exam. The missing badge was no longer just Anna's problem. It had become a school-wide mystery, a symbol of a broken trust.
I heard what happened. The same thing happened to me last month. My badge went missing and I never got it back. I had to pay for a replacement.
Maybe there's a badge bandit on the loose. Someone is collecting them to skip tests.
His comment was meant to be funny, but it fell flat. The air was too thick with suspicion. Some students looked at Anna with pity and suspicion, as if her carelessness was the root of the problem.
Okay, let's ignore the gossip. Let's make a list of people who might have had a reason to be near your locker, or a reason to want a badge.
They started to write down names, creating their own quiet investigation amidst the noise. Who was near locker 204? Who needed access to the lab? Who had something to gain? The list was short, but each name on it felt heavy with possibility. First on their list was Mark. He sat next to Anna in math class, known for procrastinating, a major multimedia project due, not enough lab time.
Yeah, I walked past your locker on Friday. I was heading to the library. I saw you leave. I didn't touch your badge.
Was his calmness a sign of innocence, or a well-rehearsed act? Second on the list was Sarah, a fellow coding club member who'd lost her badge a month earlier.
I wasn't anywhere near your locker. I was helping Ms. Brooks clean up after the art fair. I wouldn't take your badge, Anna.
Her nervousness was obvious. Guilt or the stress of being questioned. Third was Mr. Olson, an evening janitor, quiet, kind, with a master key ring, often in the halls after hours.
I just do my job. I sweep the floors. I empty the trash. I go home and sleep. I wouldn't even know what to do with a student's badge.
The final name was Leah, a new student seen wandering on Friday, spotted near the lockers.
I'm just trying to make friends. Why would everyone think I'm a thief?
The trail of suspects was short, but each one left Anna and Jamal with more questions than answers. Feeling the pressure, they needed physical evidence. At the lab, locked, notice posted, a modern card swipe mechanism. Etched into the steel, a small, fresh scratch, like someone tried to jimmy it with a paperclip or pin.
Maybe the thief tried to get in, but the badge didn't work.
They returned to locker 204, searching with painstaking slowness. Near a locker leg, Anna found a single tiny thread of dark blue wool, so small anyone would have overlooked it, not from her clothes, not from Jamal's, a foreign object, left by the hooded sweatshirt. Their minds jumped to Mark. Jamal pocketed the thread for safekeeping, tucked in the metal frame, a minuscule scrap of paper, torn and ragged, stamped in purple ink, the art room's official stamp. One clue pointed toward Mark. His blue hoodie. Another to Sarah, the art room connection. Each piece contradicted the last. Finding the truth felt like assembling a jigsaw with pieces that didn't fit. They needed to talk to more people to see how these clues could connect.
Yes, that's our stamp. We used it on flyers for the student art fair last week. We had several student helpers handing out flyers and packing displays on Friday.
She pulled out a clipboard. Anna and Jamal scanned the names, and there it was, Leah. She handled the stamped flyers. The tape showed a hooded figure with a quick stride. Leah seemed timid. Was the footage misleading? They asked for a different hallway angle, hoping to spot what they'd missed. As the hooded figure darted away, something small fell, hitting the floor with a faint click. A key on a bright red ring. In the office's lost and found, at the very bottom, they found a matching key on a bright red plastic ring. A perfect match. It looked like a standard supply closet key. Whose key was it, and who lost it? The red key ring was a tangible link to the thief. It felt like they were getting closer, but the identity remained an enigma. Hooded silhouette. Leah and Sarah. A red ring, a web tightening, yet refusing to reveal its center.
That's a key to the main supply closet, the one where we keep badge-making materials, including blank badges.
The idea that the thief wanted a blank to create a copy sent a shiver down Anna's spine. This was more calculated than a simple theft. Mrs. Patel kept meticulous records. Teachers and staff signed for keys. Last Thursday, Mr. Olson, not signed back in. All suspicion swerved toward him. Access, presence that night, now a key at the scene.
I did take a key for the copier room closet to get more paper. I returned it to the hook. I never went near the badge supply.
So many small, incriminating links, but no full story. She mentally ticked off the clues. Hoodie, red key ring, blue thread, art stamp, lab door scratch. The 9th grade hall lights flickered Friday. The thief must have known the layout to move in dim light.
We're going in circles. We need something that ties it all together.
They revisited the blue thread. Mark claimed he wore gray Friday. In the drama room, Mr. Collins's half-finished costume shed a dark blue wool thread. He denied going near the locker. In English, as her mind replayed the week, a small, forgotten detail surfaced. She had lent her badge to Jamal for 5 minutes to print a page for his history report.
Jamal, when you used my badge on Wednesday, where did you leave it?
I left it on the printer. Actually, I didn't go myself. I was running late. I gave it to Mark to print for me.
The name hit Anna like a blow. The one too calm. The one with motive. Mark had access Wednesday. The hooded figure Friday could have been a decoy or a staged return. Ms. Ruiz scrubbed through Wednesday cameras. Grainy, But there, a hand with a distinctive silver ring slid Anna's badge off the printer and into a pocket. The truth was out. Ms. Ruiz called Mark in. He emerged pale, smirk gone.
I'm sorry, I was going to fail my multimedia project. I panicked.
He tried late at night, scratched the lock. The copied badge was faulty. He wore a hoodie to create a witness, dropped a janitor's key to mislead. The blue thread was coincidence. Mark was suspended and removed from his class, met with his parents and the principal, and wrote formal apologies. The 9th grade learned the truth, anger mixed with sympathy. Leah joined a study group. The case closed. Anna kept her badge zipped away, knowing clues can deceive, and people are complex. The school day returned to normal, but something had changed. Room 204 and beyond had learned a real-life lesson.